different. I'm going to change up the evening a little bit. With respect, I mean no offense. I mean no offense. In a time of growing repression, I say, in a time of growing repression and imperial conquest, I raise my voice for peace and liberty. Do you know that during a time of war, and we are living in a time of war, the frequency, ferocity, and brutality of street violence and domestic violence increases? Do you know, I ask you, do you know that the fastest growing segment of the U.S. prison population, the largest prison population in the world, is women? Do you know that we know genocide is going on when they come for the women and the children? Do you know? I never thought of myself as a poet. Shit didn't make no sense to me in school. And then I went to war and fought a bunch of poets. And then young people living hip-hop lives found ways to give expression to their experiences and the conditions of their lives, creating culture. Oh, let me say that one more time because I think it's really important. And then young people living hip-hop lives found ways to give expression to their experiences and the conditions of their lives, creating culture. And I felt something. And then the poets among them came to it. And they called it spoken word and slang. And I began to understand. 5 in the morning, 18 and 19-year-olds running formation, calling cadence, learning to become. I want to be an airborne ranger, living on blood and guts and danger. Every day, all day, airborne ranger. C-130 going down the strip. Airborne daddy gonna take a trip. When we get up oh so high, we gonna jump right in the sky. Are you ready? He was a 9 or 10-year-old boy begging for food on the side of the road like hundreds of others. I was riding shotgun in the truck. I was the one with the gun. And the driver crushed his skull with a can of sea rations. I was cruising at 1,500 feet, keep my mind and body clear and cool. A hellbound fool, mindful if you will. That chopper landed for fuel. 5 men got on. 3 groups, 2 Americans, 2 groups tied up right. And when we got up oh so high, 2 groups don't talk. But they threw one in the sky. Splattered by rotor-driven paddy water, we put him on the chopper. Eyes wide with wonder, he beheld his horde and his blessing. And as he laughed and cried, I watched his horde turn to eternity's gate. They said they found him in a hole in the ground. The hair on the back of my neck stood up. We didn't talk about these things. Why were they? They said they found her in a hole in the ground and they pulled her out. Hair all over my body began to tingle. We didn't talk about these things. Why were they? They said they found her in a hole in the ground, they pulled her out and they stripped her clothes off. I felt my skin move. We didn't talk about these things. Why were they? Why did I have to hear this story? They said they found her in a hole around, they pulled her out, stripped her clothes off, tied her spread eagle upside down on the front of the armored personnel carrier. And I felt my skin crawl. We didn't talk about these things. Why were they? Why did I have to hear this story? They said they found her in a hole around, they pulled her out. They stripped her clothes off, tied her spread eagle upside down on the front of the armored personnel carrier. And they cut a sapling. And they shoved it in her cunt. And they loaded up. And they had it. What terror? What terror, I say, had they experienced that drove them to tell of their deed? Had she somehow taken their souls? No. Their souls were gone long before they found her in that hole in the ground. My soul split when that little boy got his skull crushed. I reflected on this some in the years since. I don't think she screamed. When they pierced her body and split her open, I don't think she screamed. Her silence, too much to be endured. They went mad. Y'all find this shit hard to believe? Think of all the women that get the shit beat out of them every day and never say a word. More on Super Bowl Sunday in America than any other day of the year. Think of all the women that get the shit beat out of them every day and never say a word. Y'all don't know it? Turn. Ask the woman next to you. She does. I spent 2 days in Vietnam last June at any high school USA in Oakland, California. Landmines in the heart all day for 2 days. Outside the door after class, a young man tells me his uncle, the uncle he never knew, his mother's brother, was killed in Vietnam. The look in his eyes says, please tell me about my uncle. I give him my sorrow and my best for his mother. He pulls them into his eyes and moves on down the hall. Turning, a young man thrusts his hand. Firm, steady grip holds my hand. With quivering voice, through trembling lips, he thanks me for coming to class. It helps him understand what his father goes through, he said. Tears fill my eyes as they fall down his cheeks. We hug, and he moves on down the hall. Vietnamese young man lingers, shaking my hand, wanting to know the history, his history, that has shaped his family and that they do not speak of. He's out the door, moves on down the hall. Rainbow young women shake my hand, looking into my eyes, whisper thank you. And they go out the door, move on down the hall. They ask me if I killed anyone. And they ask me how it feels. They ask me if a close friend was killed. And they ask me how it feels. At least half. I tell y'all, at least half of these 14, 15, 16-year-olds know someone killed. In Oakland to these New York City streets. I know this because I asked them. I asked them how it feels. We all better. We Thompson. When asked how I practice my art, by the way that I get up in the morning. That I get up in the morning. In the morning. Morning. We are the ones we're waiting for. Dare to struggle. Dare to win. I'm a prison abolitionist, y'all. Join with me if you can. Join with me in the Prisoners of Conscience Committee. And we say, well, what's the call? Free them all. Let's do it one more time. If you can feel it, join. But only if you can feel it. We say, well, what's the call? Free them all. Dare to struggle. Dare to win. All power to the people. Share.